How you doing, y'all? Tables here. I hope everyone had a really good start of the Arch Nemesis League. Just want to go over my thoughts on the mechanics and my thoughts on our build, the Crackling Lance build. As far as Arch Nemesis goes, I mean, I think it's a great league. It kind of feels like a little bit like Metamorph, right? Where you're mainly finding a single target, and that's your main objective. The rewards feel pretty solid. Finding the recipes is enjoyable. It's fun. It doesn't really take you out of the core gameplay. It's kind of almost seamless. You go in, you throw in what you want, what you need, and you kill it, and then you move on. it's I think it works really well within the core game, and I mean you can get everything. Jewels, scarabs, I mean like everything under the sun, gear, like whatever you want. Currency, and we've gotten a fair amount of pretty low level but decent stuff, right? And I think that's only going to get better as you juice, as your rarity and quant goes up. I think it's just going to improve as the league continues. Now, the difficulty of the actual guy, the actual mob, seems to be mostly dependent on what type of mob it is. Like this one just runs around everywhere. It's fucking hella annoying, dude. It's the most. I just don't even like. if I do fight, I fight the harder mobs first. I front load the hard ones and then I back load the easy ones, right? The purely the difficulty seems to really just be dependent on what mob is the arch, which I find kind of strange. And there's only a handful of mobs. So I really, if you're wanting to do all four, I would really recommend like going and clearing the entire map and then like, either going back or like as soon as you see like one of the like Kitava's winged bitches, I would just go ahead and do that first because he's going to be probably one of the harder ones. And then as you progress through the map, either backtrack a little bit to do some of the easier ones when you're getting towards the end of your mechanic. It seems a little weird because I feel like the mods should hold a little bit more weight regardless of what the mob is. But currently, as it stands, you really need to be careful about what you're fighting, what mob is actually frozen by the arch nemesis, and act accordingly. So overall, the league solid. I do it every time I'm in a map. I do it to the max as much as I can, save for a few things here and there. Maybe just they either work out or don't work out. And yeah, so Crackling Lance. Leveling was very nice. We leveled with Arc all the way up until 28, and then we fully made the switch. I will say Lab was a little difficult because we do need to get the intensity charges, and Izaro, he just runs around constantly, and he doesn't even fight your golems. He just he just fights you, and so Lab was actually very difficult. So I would actually recommend doing Lab is with Arc. But for the most part, leveling with Crack Lance was great. It was a breeze. AoE is a bit of an issue until you get Heart of Destruction and you are running maps without convergence, right? Because when we don't have a convergence, we have 60% increased AoE. And I gotta tell you, dude, it just fucking arcs the fuck out, right? And so if I come into a situation like this, I would just flame dash and then I would get more AoE, right? Because every time you teleport, it removes all your intensity charges. We did run into some issues with gearing when we hit our very first set of maps. We just weren't powerful enough. So I think we had gathered probably about 12 chaos by the time we hit tier 1 maps. So we bought some boots, we bought some gloves, we made ourselves a little bit more tanky. We've also changed up the passive tree, both the starter and the in-game passive tree, to get us some more health. We are investing in some regen and armor nodes. We're nearing about 1k regen minus 250, so net 700, somewhere around there. Since we are using the Shimron's tornado wand, so we're taking a shit ton of lightning damage for every power charge that we have. But we're not using that yet. We leveled with a storm prison, and it worked well enough. We got an extra power charge. It definitely helped considerably. But once we hit maps, I ended up getting an obliteration wand to drop. and we're actually using it in this map right now. And I got to tell you, it's helped the clear immensely. By the way, this is a tier 5 map, and we do have all of our ascendancies squared away. Lab was amazing, easy lab yesterday, so we took advantage of that. Bossing is incredible. We've had no issues bossing, and now that we have all of our ascendancies, we've had no issues mapping. Honestly, it's been a breeze with Storm, Orb of Storm, plus our Mark, plus our Wave of Conviction. I mean, bosses do not stay alive very long. Now, we've only bought like 3 pieces of gear since we started maps, so we're still not dealing a ton of damage. Tier 6 is probably our max, our kind of ceiling right now, just because I'm seeking some upgrades. But for the most part, guys, the build feels fantastic. I'm going to be honest, it didn't feel fantastic as soon as we hit maps, but make sure you buy your upgrades. Make sure you're investing in armor, right? And you'll see the reflection of those changes in the passive tree, in the POB, in the description below. And that's it. We're level 82 right now. We have about 3,400 life, almost probably about 700 ES, and we're just kind of cooking around, dude. Just kind of doing maps, trying to get loot, trying to get upgrades, trying to sell stuff. So I think our first upgrade is going to be our our tornado wand, and then if I can swing it, we'll get our impulses. The crown of the inward eye is going to be our most expensive item probably, but hopefully that kind of comes down in price. I've seen it as low as 60, but we still haven't got our first EX drop of the league, so we're still waiting on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Crackling is going great. If you league started it, I know for a fact you're having a great time. And so if you guys have questions, let me know in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think about the league mechanic as well. Personally, I give it an 8 out of 10. It's solid. I always want to do it, so I call that a good thing. Have a great Sunday. Another update soon on Crackling. Hopefully we'll be in red maps, or at least the back end of yellow by then. And yeah, y'all be good. Take care. Thanks for watching. Love you guys.